When I was a child in the 60s, my favorite thing to do was to play outside. But I also enjoyed some indoor activities.
English Without Fear, where you can learn to speak English naturally through listening to stories.
Just what did I enjoy doing outside? What kinds of games? What kinds of activities? I loved jumping rope. And every day at recess, the girls would gather, mostly girls, sometimes boys, but mostly girls, and we would jump rope. I'm not talking about jumping rope as an individual. I'm talking about when you have two people holding a rope, one at each end, and they turn it. And you have to enter the jump rope and stay with the rhythm. That was a lot of fun. And then you could exit, and another child would jump into the moving rope. Sometimes really clever kids could do double jump rope. I don't remember doing that. I remember watching it. But then there was another kind of jump rope called Chinese jump rope. And this was not turning a rope with hands. This was an elastic cord that two people kept stretched out, their legs stretched out the cord, and you would do different things with the cords. That was fun too. Another outdoor activity we used to do as girls at recess was to play those clapping games where you're going like this, and sometimes when you're clapping, you are saying certain words that go with the beat of the clap. And it goes very fast. I enjoyed that. That was fun. What else did I like to do outside? Oh, I loved having a bike. But I learned to ride a bike really late. Not until I was 9 years old. That's a story for another day. But once I learned to ride a bike, I enjoyed riding a bike all over the place. I also thought it was great fun to roller skate. You needed a smooth place to roller skate, and oftentimes the sidewalks that went along the houses, went between the houses and the streets, they had cracks in them, which that wasn't much fun, but I enjoyed roller skating. A lot of activities I did inside with a couple friends at a time, or sometimes on my own. Playing cards. Oh, I loved to play cards. Now, I was an only child. I did not have any brothers or sisters. But I had some cousins, and I really enjoyed playing cards with them. And I also loved board games. My two favorite board games that I would play again and again were Monopoly and kind of a war game called Battleship. And I used to play Battleship with my father on Sunday afternoons. And he and I would get very heated. We would start yelling at each other. We were not angry. We were just excited about the game. But my mother was really bothered. She thought we were angry, and she would always say, "Keep it down, tone it down. You don't need to shout." but it was great fun. I really enjoyed playing that and Monopoly with my father. Some things I did on my own inside were I love to read, and I had really good parents. They would buy me any book I wanted. I love to read detective stories, and there were 2 series with lots of books in the series. One was about a pair of brothers, and they were called the Hardy Boy Mysteries. That was the last name. I think Joe Hardy and Frank Hardy, I forget. But they were solving mysteries. The other series was about a girl whose name was Nancy Drew, and I read all her books. I also liked reading comic books. I remember reading Archie comic books. I was still 9, 10, 11 years old, and Archie comic books were all about these older kids in high school. So it was exciting. Sometimes I would do some crafts. I was not very artistic, but I loved to weave and make pot holders. The other thing I liked to do was build model airplanes and helicopters. My dad was an Army pilot, so he would buy me model airplanes and model helicopters. I also loved crayons. Oh, getting a new box of crayons to color was a treat. Something I did do with friends inside was we would collect these little figures called trolls that had different clothes and different color hair, and we would name them. We also would collect marbles. We didn't really play games with marbles, but we would collect them, big ones, little ones, and just enjoy the designs and the colors. Oh, another game I would play, and you could play this with somebody or by yourself, was dominoes. That was fun. The other thing I used to do with dominoes was you would stack them up in a pattern and then knock one down so it hit the others, and they would all fall down in a pattern. So I have very good memories of childhood games, both outside and inside. Well, what about today? Well, my sons are grown, and I have some grandchildren, and my sons and my grandchildren all love games. Monopoly, for sure. Card games. Everybody likes coloring. And my kids like reading. My grandkids like reading. They like being read to. They play video games or computer games, and I didn't have that when I was a child. They roller skate. They ride bikes. They do a lot of the same things, which is good. Good to know. Well, what about you? Where you live, your country, your culture, what did you do as a child? What kinds of indoor activities and outdoor activities? Or what do you do today? Or what do your kids do today? Just depends on your age and where you live. Tell me about it. Leave me a comment below this video. And remember, if you would like the transcript, the written words to today's episode, just go to my website, www.englishwithoutfear.com. Well, this is Maria. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching. For questions or comments, here is my email